Hey guys, Megan with another YouTube video, and today we're going to be taking a look at a long-awaited MOC that's been in work-in-progress session for about 3 weeks now. If you give me a second, I'll roll over there and turn off the light. And drop my controller. Now then, I'm not alone today. On the other end of my microphone, my Turtle Beaches for the Xbox 360 is my friend, God damn it. JTGA1217, otherwise known as Onslaught 1217. He's a friend of mine. We're starting up a gaming channel together with our other friends. You should check that out when it gets posted. I'll leave links down in the description whenever that happens. And he's also currently editing my website, going to make it easier to navigate around because it was really bothering him, and I don't mind him doing that. It's actually really nice of him considering I haven't updated my website for, I don't know, like 2 years now. I have a little bit of a sore throat. I've been talking a lot and screaming a lot because we were playing Demolition a little while ago on Black Ops 2, and it got pretty intense. But anyhow, we should be good. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into version 3 of the Republic Jedi Command Gunship, complete version number 3. Like I said, it took me 3 weeks to build. There's a lot of detail in it, a lot of playability features for kind of like the older MOC builders. And then there's no flick fire missiles, and there's no more of those spring launchers that LEGO has currently come out with. And I haven't really put any of those new blasters that they came out with either. I don't like the new handgun type blasters that they have, the ones that you kind of squeeze together and they launch the little studs. However, the kind of the bigger spring launchers, I really do like those more. Excuse the frame rate that's about to happen. It's actually not the frame rate, it is the computer lagging because the model is huge. We're looking at 3,578 bricks. Yeah, like I said, this is only version 3. There are probably more updates to come to this model in terms of aesthetics. Especially along the wing. The wing seems a little plain to me, but I really don't know what else I'm going to add there. So, as of right now, it's going to be that. I'm pretty sure I need to make it longer, but I don't really know. So where should we start, guys? You're probably wondering about a lot of things, and I'm going to start with the front, and we're going to work our way back, and probably what is going to be the most adept review I've ever done. Because I also want to put this model up on LEGO Kuso to get 10,000 supporters and try to make it a LEGO MOC. So, let's start with the front. So up here in this little area, basically here's what happened. I have numerous LEGO Gunship MOCs. I did the dropship, AT-OT dropship, I did the normal gunship, I've done the old gunship. I haven't done the new gunship yet, I'm kind of lazy, don't really feel like it. I don't like it as much as the older AT-OT dropships. I love those. Unfortunately, I don't have enough money to pick one up. But that's what this is. This is off of an AT-OT dropship. That's what I started with. That's the very first thing I ever did with this MOC. And as you can see, there's a few modifications around the front to make it just a little bit smoother. You got the ball turrets on either side for the just kind of, if you're attacking a force, you have two weapons on the front to attack with. And then the major thing that you guys might have noticed is actually the storage bay that's right underneath the primary cockpit and the nose and kind of between the troop bay. Now then, usually they have like a little commands post, or on the AT-OT dropship they had a little missile rack for the flickfire missiles. I don't necessarily like either of those, so I got rid of it. I also made this twice as big, so instead of having only a 8 stud, is it 8 studs? I'm pretty sure it's 8 studs. Yeah, only 8 stud piece of room. Now you have 16 studs worth of room. So what might be in there? Well, if we remove all the pieces holding those together, as you can see, there is a back to tank up inside of here, and it's not sitting in there permanently. These little gray bars here are meant to, when you set this in, it holds it in place. I need to put one in back and front, but I haven't got to doing that yet. And then this little white piece that connects to the piece here, just ignore that. That was a piece to get the capsule where I needed it to be, basically. But the back to tank goes here. And the reason I haven't really done any major modifications here is because I know a lot of people don't like the back to tanks coming with it. So a lot of people probably would have taken the back to tank out and removed these pieces to put in more clone troopers. So I left a good amount of room to do that with maybe like your clone generals, or maybe even the Jedi themselves controlling the gunship, or controlling the troops within the gunship could also sit up there. But I did include a back to tank, and it does have the same type of style that my old Skyhawk back to tank did have. So it's that same type of architecture, except it's just a little longer. Literally a brick's worth longer. These doors do fold up in the normal door fashion, and there's on either side, of course. I was going to draw up plans for the decals that would go here, but I just never got around to it. Let me take a drink, guys. I just never got around to doing it. I might in future updates. Oh my god, it's just spit all over the screen. I'm having a bad day. But yeah, like I said, in future updates I might get some more done with the design here. And this seems, where this curve starts and then the troop base starts, seems a little off, so I might go through and expand this up a little farther to make it kind of blend better. Now then, one of the more cooler features about this MOC, I don't even know if cooler is a word, whatever, is the cockpit itself. The cockpit itself is insane. As you can see, there is a pilot, co-pilot, guy, and a guy. I don't really know what these two guys would do, but it adds to the MOC and it makes it really cool. And now then, what's really neat about these cockpits is that they're these curved pieces. These pieces right here. That's what's really awesome about them. And then on the side, we have the arm pieces that you usually see on the side of the cockpit, but they're in a translucent piece so that the pilots can see farther out this way. Their seats are in blue, and as you can see, I just have two white minifigures in there, but it would obviously be two clone troopers, and they have plenty of room for the helmet. I kind of want to put two ARF troopers in there, but I just never got around to doing it. I probably will in future updates as well. As you can see, control panel. And then you have this front nose piece that comes up here. And it looks just kind of plain, very innocent, like there's nothing special about it. But if you were to remove it, there's actually a small hidden radar dish right here. And it kind of just rotates up like so. If I can get it to rotate properly. Rotate, damn it. Keep going. What the heck? But yeah, that's there. Oh, okay. Alright, I see what it is. It's just, that's as far as it's basically going to go. But if you remember in episode 2, Attack of the Clones, yes, Obi-Wan lands on Geonosis, and he's sitting there, and on the side of his Jedi Starfighter is a radar dish that pops up, I believe. And that's kind of something that I wanted to do here. So that's just a little neat hidden feature in the front part of this nose section that just adds on to it. And then behind the pilot and co-pilot is an astromech. I need to move his face up a little. He's, as you can see, his eye is like ducked down really far. But I wanted him to be secure in there, and it's a full body astromech. So it's not just a head. It's, like I said, the full body. And he's down in there nice and tight, so he's not going to wobble out or move or anything like that. And to basically just get him out, this entire white part just comes up nice and easy, and you can pull him out. No worries. And then, like I said, you have two more pilot or co-pilot seats back here. I don't really know what these guys would be doing. I would assume one of them would be a radio operator, and then the other one might be a kind of like a gunner who just presides over the ship itself. Alright, so I'm going to finish off the rest of the kind of the cockpit piece. The cockpit is actually all one piece. From here down to here is all one piece on one single clicker bendy piece that you see on the 2005 Anakin Starfighter piece or ship. That's like the only set that I can really name that I know for a fact has one in it. But yeah, so same thing with the front. This piece may be or may look very nonchalant at first, but when you open it, you actually see that there is a safe inside of here with a dial pad. I figured LEGO does feature like a lot of holocrons in their MOCs now, and instead of putting this box somewhere very hard to get to, I figured putting it right here would be better for everyone. So I have it right there. Nice detail. Coming back up any even farther, we just have these bars on the side. They're just kind of to break up the normal little smoothness that's up here. Give it a better look, especially in the dark gray. And then you have the dark red kind of Republic color stripes going back down. Now then, the first clicker piece slash hinge piece up here is for holding the entire cockpit in place. The second one is actually another kind of playability feature, if I can get it to open like it needs to be. So as you can see, there are tubing in here, and actually the tubing should be a gray color. And I figured, it'd be kind of neat to feature some tubing on the inside here, just to kind of show that there are internals to the gunship. It's not just like a solid piece. I figured this would be kind of like really neat if you really wanted. You could probably take both of these tubes out and just leave them out, and then you could use it as a storage space for weapons or something else of that matter. But I did want to put tubes in there. And in future MOCs, I actually might take them out and use it as storage space for the pilots' weapons, or the co-pilots or their weapons or anything like that. Alright, gotta close this back down, just like so, make sure it's closed. And then to finish off the cockpit piece, there's sloping coming back down to kind of give it a nice fluid transition between here and there. Alright, so that took us from the nose part up here all the way to back up here, but we still haven't done any of the troop bay, the wings, the the Jedi Starfighter, or these kind of the side things on the side here, and or the back. And the back is a really neat feature as well. In case you haven't noticed, there is a clone right here, a airborne clone from the Utapau Clone Troopers Battle Pack, basically. And that's just size reference, just so you guys know. In a future video, I was going to take the Liberator and put it beside this. I was going to take the AT-OT and put it beside this. And then I was going to take the normal 7676 gunship and also put it beside it, just to give you a size comparison, because this thing is huge. That is a full-size Jedi Starfighter. And you can fit, if you were to put one like one back here and then the going out this way, you could probably fit two more on top here. But yeah. Alright, so we'll I guess we'll move down into this door right here. As you can see, there's these troop bay starts here. There's this piece, and then the troop bay starts again. Basically, on most gunships, there's the front, kind of the cargo bay area, and then there's an arch. These are in the Episode 2 gunships, by the way. There's an arch piece where they had the back-to-tank and the kind of the high-altitude gunship. They had a back-to-tank stored there. And then in the other gunships, there was just an arch piece there that you could stand in. I enclosed it and made it more square. I did the square part because of the arches coming up off the side of the troop bay. I can't get any normal arches on the inside. But if you guys remember, a while back, I did post a video on YouTube asking what I should be putting inside of here. I got feedback, mostly gun racks. I did not want to do gun racks though, because I didn't have enough room to really put that in there. It doesn't really make sense. But the really neat thing is I came up with this awesome idea of putting jail cells. By the way, the bars are orange because when you think about it, it's kind of Star Wars, and most jail cells that you see in Star Wars are like a laser grid. Sorry, I went with the kind of like the laser grid look to it. So, first of all, this needs to come out there. These are just awesome because you can put 4 minifigures in there. There's 2 on each side. The only issue that I had with these, and while building, I didn't even notice, is that when you open the doors, they'll get stopped by the door piece right there. So I figured if you're going to put a minifig in there, do it while you're building it, and then just kind of leave them there. Yeah. You can fit a full-size clone. You could fit a Gungan. I put a Gungan in there. You can also fit a battle droid. I don't know about those big commander droids, though. I forget their actual names, but they're kind of like the bigger, bulkier ones. I know you can fit commando droids in there, but not the kind of the command tactician units that you kind of see. But yeah, there's 4 of these, 2 on either side. And the back side, what's really neat about them is that the back side is actually a curved see-through piece, so that anyone walking down the middle aisle here connecting the front part where the back to tank is and the troop bay could actually look through and even interrogate whoever they're transporting. So I always thought that that was a really awesome idea in terms of just, you know, overall design. All right, now I got to get these doors to close. These doors are such a pain to close. Trust me when I say that. It took me forever to get it matched up like it is on this side, where it decently needs to be. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it like that, not to take up too much of the video time. Alright, so I know you guys are dying to see inside this troop bay because you know for a fact it's gonna hold a crap ton of troops, but I will not be showing that until later. I will, however, be showing what exactly this piece is and this piece is. So the first thing that you might notice is that the front here is actually a nice, really nice arch, and that it's hollow on the inside. I wanted to do kind of like an air intake right here, going into kind of like the shield generator area inside here. So it's kind of like an air intake to give it air to cool it down. Also, in case you haven't noticed, there's a bunch of translucent red studs all over this MOC, like here, all down the doors, there. They're everywhere in this MOC. I used that to break up the white. There was a little bit of too much white on it, so I went with that. And then it's pretty normal. I mean, it curves up like this, and then I used a kind of like a specialty piece to come up out of that. And then right here, kind of it dips in just a little bit to break up the solid line. And then there's a dark red stripe going through it with vent pieces on it. Now then, there is another special feature. Well, I'm going to save that for last and move on to the second special feature, which again involves one of these cone pieces, these cockpit pieces. These are nice and hollow on the inside, so I was able to take it and put radar in the side of it. Now then, it doesn't look too pretty because I have limited room coming up right here. This is where it slopes, but I have 2 studs worth, or 4 studs worth of room to work with right about in this area. So as you can see, there is some radar dishes or domes on this side, and there are also a radar. There is also a radar dish on this side. Now then, talking about that third special feature, I will now unveil it. It's this entire compartment right here, and it does open up. Now then, what's inside? Well, I did not count these, probably should have. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. 16 times 2 is 32. There are 32 of these little kind of projectiles. There's 32 on the other side as well. The other side does open up. But basically what these are is, since the main enemy of the Republic are droids, what I'm thinking is if you have like this giant massive droids on the ground, you could launch these out the side. Not into the wing, but launch them out the side, and then the translucent blue pieces is, if you remember from episode 1 where the Gungans fight the droids, they throw these little blue balls, and when they hit the droids they basically shock them and then they fall over and they're out of commission, basically. So that's what these basically do. They fall to the ground, explode, and then any droids in the vicinity get shocked and are out of commission. But the good thing is it doesn't kill humans. So even if you have clones on the ground, they might feel a tingle or two, but it won't kill them. Also civilians, that'd be really nice. Or the only drawback is if the general commanding the droids is a human, then you won't kill him. But then... The heck? Oh, that's right. My controller died, so you can hear my friend now. Alright, I'll deal with that later. Whatever. Oh, boy. Never mind. I gotta deal with it now. Alright. So, like I said, there's 32 on either side, which means 64 in total, which is, if they explode and outwards, you don't know exact numbers of how many droids you might take down, but you could probably take down a really awesome cluster worth within it. Now then, let's move on to the wings. Like I said, the wings they're kind of plain. I don't really know what I can do up top here to make it look better. But I did take some inspiration from the Skyhawks. So I have this is the standard Skyhawk engine, except for the bottom side. The bottom side has been changed. But this is the standard one. This is an elongated version, and they both have two thrusters on it. One there, and then the ones below it. And then they both curve up into it like so. Also, while we're down here, might as well point out the fact that there are missiles here. Probably should have counted these two. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There's 20. 10 on either side. And yeah. So you might be asking why I went with these engines instead of the normal engines that you usually see on gunships. That's for two reasons. One, I wanted to pay homage to the Skyhawk, my original gunship that I customized and produced. There will also be a YouTube video on that coming out soon. But also, you have to think about this Jedi Starfighter coming in and landing up on top of, or docking is a better answer, or a better term, docking with the top of this fuselage. Basically, if I did a normal engine, it would be sticking up in front of this pilot's way, basically. So it's all around a better solution to go with these low profile engines instead of these big old round engines that kind of stick up much higher. Goddamn. Whatever. But yeah. What am I saying? I got sidetracked. There's this dark red stripe going down through it, and I think it's really awesome because right here it's straight, and then it slants off to the side, and then it's straight once more. And that's just a really awesome feature. The piece up here actually needs to come one stud over. There you go. No, it doesn't. Oh, whatever. I'll do it later or something. I just turned off my TV so the image didn't get burned into it. Also, down here on the end of the wings, you might have noticed that there's this little kind of pod looking thing. Experimenting with it is the best way that I can describe it, but I know for a fact you can fit a clone inside of it. There's even a hollow space behind the cockpit where you can okay, I think I muted him. But there's a hollow space back here where the clone helmet does fit in. I know you can fit a normal clone. When I was trying to put an ARF trooper in here, it didn't seem to fit. So I know for a fact you could put like a clone gunner and it would work. But ARF troopers, don't know. I need to mess with that some more. And then the Utapau airborne troopers would probably fit as well. If not better than a normal clone. But like I said, I'm experimenting with this more to see if I can make kind of like a quick detach system and then have kind of like wings fold out of it, or something like that with weapons on the side of it. So it would be kind of like the Skyhawk's attack pods, except mounted on the wings, where you can seat 2 extra clones, since one is on one side and the other is on the other side. Alright, so let's move on into the back. What exactly is going on back here? I'm going to start from the top and work my way down, but only after getting a sip of Powerade because my throat is killing me. Also, while I'm back here, I might want to point out that there's the square piece, kind of square flag piece that's in between these two pieces, is missing. For some reason, LDD does not recognize that that piece fits in there, when I know for a fact it does, because I built this off of Lego instructions. But yeah, thanks a lot, LDD. Thank you so much. You're helping out so much. But yeah, I know for a fact it fits up in there, so I can't get that white piece in there, so just kind of imagine a square coming out there. But anyhow, on this back hatch here, as you can see, we do have a electronic warfare jamming pod, which would be helpful for basically disrupting communications of your enemy. You have 2 poles on the side here, just to give it more detail, with dark red ends, dark gray middles. And then you have 2 long-range communication antennas right there. I would imagine if you were a Jedi flying in one of these, you would need to communicate long ranges with like your fleet, or any thing that you might need to warn the Republic of any impending doom from the Empire. Granted, that didn't work out that well, but I did leave that, or I did put those features in there. Also, this is kind of hollowed, give it a nice shape. You also have the back ball turret, also. And I did modify the inside of this hatch, if I can even get it open, so that that's not going to open. No worries. We can do this the harder way. There is a full seat here for a clone to sit in, and he does have a command, or a panel. Might be kind of big, but you know, I gotta zoom in to get around the wing and whatnot, everything that's in the way. And he's got levers on either side, and then there are some dark or red translucent pieces in there. But it is facing up towards the hatch here, and if it were to be opened, you would be able to see his face right about here from this amount of room that's open right there. So that's just a really awesome feature that I wish Lego would do, because you have a ball turret back here, but no gunner. Lego, come on, fix that. So I basically modified the upper fuselage to do that. Now then, the door right here. Really awesome door design. I really do like it. Has a bunch of unique features to it, basically. One for a fact is that it closes up on the MOC really tight. The only openings that you have are here and up the side. Other than that, it's pretty much closed. I really do like how it closes up on the MOC, nice and tight. The other gunships, if you don't modify it, it's really open in the back, and a lot of people just like hate that. So yeah. So what's really unique about this door? Well, for one, it looks sweet. I love the dark red stripes, translucent pieces, and then the kind of the dark gray bars on the side to break up the white, and then the vent pieces that are down here. By the way, here's that airborne trooper. You know, him standing beside this tall piece. You could fit quite a bit of these pieces, you know. Yeah. But yeah, this door is pretty sweet. It does open up, and there's a unique feature about it actually opening up. If I can get it open. I actually had a lot of issues building this door, and it for some reason it doesn't like to open. But what issues I'm talking about is when you take these pieces, these hinge pieces, these particular ones that I did use. Okay, you can see the issue right here, in between these cracks. or that crack is the issue basically. When you put this hinge piece into the actual clip itself, you have a little bit of wiggle room. What I mean by that is you can take it to the right a little bit, or you can take it to the left a little bit. I thought I had it all closed up and nice and neat, and then while I was actually building the piece that went across here to hold the door together, it would not go into place even though these are where they should be. So I had to move one of these, either this one right or this one left, and it's left this gap. And for some reason this gap just does not allow the door to open properly. And that's a really, really big issue, and I wish LEGO would fix it. I guess they could probably fix it if they tried hard enough, but it's just kind of a really, really big annoyance to me as a LEGO builder. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the clips themselves, and then grab the door and move it off to the side so that we can look at it some more. So imagine this door is flat. So flat, and then you're loading things in it like this, but you need more room to load more things into it. So you could always fold down these wings. Now these wings won't even fold down. Okay, I don't really know why these wings won't fold down, but you guys do get the picture. You can fold down these. Oh, I see why. Down there. I guess you can't fold down these wings. I'm pretty sure you could in real life, but LEGO is probably just being picky. Like, I'm pretty sure you could, if you went to fold this, you could get it around this millimeter section worth of wing here. But if you're loading kind of the wider things, instead of just 6 studs wide, you want to get something like 8 studs down in there, you can fold these wings down that seal up the door basically, and then put something bigger on it. So on the inside here, as you can see, the troop bay all the way up to the back to tank. I noticed something interesting. I'm gonna have to fix this. But yeah, you can see the troop bay. Kind of wanted to keep that a surprise up until the end, but guess not. And then you have this large back section piece here, and it's built nice and solid with these arch pieces in it to give it a very nice look. But I built this nice and solid to really hold the fuselage down up on top of it. But yeah. Now then, the other kind of the special feature about this door is that it seals over a second smaller door. Now then, if you guys know me, you know for a fact I hate wasting space. And the fuselage of normal gunships is all like filled up with bricks and all this other technic stuff to hold it together nice and strong. And that's fine and dandy. I like things being held together nice and strong, but that's a lot of wasted space that you could still use for something useful and keep it really strong. So that's what I did here. I have this really strong fuselage. It's built using a lot of solid bricks that are kind of the longer ones, and it's completely hollow. So I can open up the secondary door and look down inside of it to review this piece. So what exactly is this piece? Well, also, I should probably point out the fact that this piece doesn't attach to anything up here. It slides on all those smooth tiles up until this stopper. So you can literally reach up here and pull out this entire section and then take from it or add something onto it, whatever you need to do. So what exactly is this piece? Well, let's start with this. This is a shield generator, and this is kind of like the energy part that fuels it, basically. And this shield generator is built for a ship about twice as big as this one, 3 times if it's the Skyhawk. It's actually kind of loosely based on the actual Skyhawk's shield generator, which I do have. Skyhawk is sitting right beside me, actually. It would just take me like a few seconds to reach inside, but I'm in the dark. I don't really want to do that. But yeah, shield generator, energy port, And then back here, you see a lot of openness and studs that are there. Basically, this is the gun rack, where you put all the guns. Now then, the guns go a different way. The barrel would clip in here. That's why this clip is here. But I haven't gotten around to doing that. I was going on 3 weeks of building this, and I know a lot of people wanted to see it, so I wanted to push this video out. So I've cut a few corners here and there, but I need to fill up guns all along this rack, and they fit inside these clips. And yeah, so there's going to be like multiple clips going down, just like so, and it would keep filling up the rack up until it's entirely full. If I use kind of like the medium blasters, I'm pretty sure I could probably get enough on there to actually use for all the clones that actually do fit inside of the troop bay. Now then, I'm going to slide this piece back up in there using the back button, close that door using the back button, and then put that door back into place also using the back button. So if you guys ever play Halo, or if you're just really big into Halo, you probably know about the Pelican, kind of the dropship that they use. And you know that there's like a bottom part that opens and then a top part that opens. That's basically the same thing here. So you have this large door that would open and lay flat, and then you can lift up the top door to pull out that entire top section with the shield generator and weapons rack on it. It's just a really neat feature. It kind of reminds me of the MTT, because the droids just kind of come out of it too. So I'm pretty sure... Oh man. Oh, my throat is really dry. Oh my god, I'm dying. Anyhow, moving on. Alright, the main feature, besides the troop bay, is this right here. This is also pretty much the entire reason I built another custom gunship, because I'm actually running out of a lot of ideas for building them. But this is actually attached to the MOC itself, and it works just like the... If you remember, a while back, LEGO released a set. Google. LEGO Jedi Starfighter and Ring. Enter. Images. I don't think this is the actual one. I think this is a fan-made one. Yeah, it's a mod. But they released this set, and then using the kind of the basic same principles that they used here, where it just kind of comes in and connects using Technic pins, I basically did the same thing here, where it drops down into the actual fuselage, and then you push it forward, and then it's connected to your Technic pins, and it's locked in place. So you got this full-size Jedi Starfighter hugging the MOC really, really close, as you can see. Actually had to remove some pieces in here for the engines themselves on the back here. So this Jedi Starfighter basically fits right up on top of this MOC. The Jedi doesn't even have to get out of his cockpit. You could refuel the Jedi Starfighter. Maybe he needs like a, whatchamacallit, hyperspace jump, which is basically what this is, by the way, because these ships aren't equipped with a warp drive or whatever it is that make them jump in the hyperspace. So that's what this ring is for, is making them go into hyperspace. And this ship could go into hyperspace, so the Starfighter could just tag along, basically, just like the space shuttle in a Boeing 747. Same principles, basically. And yeah, that's really awesome, because the only thing you need to do to actually get this piece or this ship out is push back on the front. It'll unclick from those Technic pins, and then you lift up, and you're good to go. He could also, like, you know, detach during battle, and then he's off to go, or off to fight. Alright, so a lot of you are probably asking, since you're kind of clone builders or clone army builders, is how much troop space is there? Well, all sorts of troop space. Granted, I want to go over the doors first. There's 2 hinges in the doors for a number of reasons, and I didn't do normal doors either. Alright, so let's go over why I didn't do normal gunship doors. The reason I didn't do normal gunship doors is because this troop space is huge. Normal gunship doors would be weak, unsupported, and the only way to kind of really do them would be to take up a lot of room Bro, oh my gosh. Acid reflex. This is not good. Gotta wrap this video up soon. It would take up a lot of Technic pins, and it would look really, really ugly up here along the top fuselage. So, keep burping in my mouth. It tastes so bad. You have these doors that fold up and then fold again, so that you have two curves. Now then, that is much stronger than normal doors, and it also provides you with a nice ramp, if you haven't noticed. So instead of these troops just dropping off the side, they can walk down or run down this ramp, but also at the same time, you guys, if you have any vehicles, speeders, walkers, anything that needs to come up this ramp, it would be way easier. So it also serves as kind of like a loading ramp. Now then, how much space is inside this MOC? So the bottom is made up of six stud long pieces, basically. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 4. Kind of embarrassing, but I don't know what 6 times 8 is. Plus 4 is 52 studs long. Oop, shit. Alright, 52 studs long. Alright, hey guys, we're back again. I didn't realize it, but we stretched into the 40-minute mark, which means this video is barely touching an hour long, or just starting to touch an hour long, and I did not want that to happen, but there's a lot of detail that did go into this model, and there will be more updates coming out later on with this model when I come up with ideas. But when I left off, we were talking about the troop bay, and how it's 52 studs long that way. Now then, what that means is if you fit troops in there comfortably, comfortably means that their arms aren't touching, and there's 2 studs worth of space between the legs, and then that would take up 4 studs basically, and that means you can fit 13 troops going down this one side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Multiply that by 5 because you can get 5 rows of troops in there. You're looking about 65 troopers. Now then, the thing is, I would not do it by 65 divided by 5 times 6. It would probably be more around the 6 rows of troopers, because you would have 3, or if you push them all the way up to the door, you would have 3 rows and then 3 rows, and then the middle pathway would be kind of open still. So that puts you around 78 troopers. Now then, if you were to cram all the troops in there that you can with almost no space between them at all, you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What am I doing? Clear. 13 times 12. You're looking at 156 troops in there. But that's stuffed so close together that their helmets would probably be touching, and you probably wouldn't be able to get any weapons in their hands either. So that's really, really close. So you're looking at about anywhere from 78 to 156 troops in this troop bay alone. There's all sorts of other places around on this MOC that you can put troops. The cockpit, the storage space up here, the prison cells if they've done something bad, the attack pods on the side, the back door. Maybe you don't want the shield generator or gun station up top, the gun rack. Maybe you just want troops up there. You could probably take off that and add more troops. But yeah, so that's the door and troop bay. And that also pretty much ends the debut video for this MOC. This is a huge MOC. It took me 3 weeks to get everything where I decently wanted it. There will be more future updates for this later in the future, kind of like I did the AT-OT dropship and the Skyhawk. And I don't think I ever did any updates for the Liberator. In fact, I don't even know if the Liberator exists anymore. I'm pretty sure I put it on Google Docs, but I don't know. So, ignore the good porn folder. It's just a joke name for some kids at school that I was fucking with. But Liberator. Enter. Okay, I left it underneath the Republic Liberator, and we got up to version 4. So let's download that and take a look. So here's the... Well, oh my god, holy crap. This thing looks so small. Holy crap, this thing is tiny and small and not at all what I remembered it being. Oh man. Alright, so let's do a size comparison here. Control C, file open. 333 was it. Control V. Alright, so here's the size difference. So, if you guys don't know what the Liberator is, basically it's a Republic ATOT dropship that's been... crap, did I add on to it? Or... I'm pretty sure I didn't add on to it at all. So this is the size of an ATOT dropship. I'm pretty sure it's the size anyhow. So this is a normal ATOT dropship, and then this is the JCG. So that's just, you know, a little bit of a size comparison there. This is much bigger. I'm really not used to the Liberator design anymore because it's so huge. It just looks so weird when I first opened it up. Now I'm getting used to it again. It does look pretty cool. It does have a more dark blue in it than this does. In fact, this doesn't have any dark blue in it at all. It's mostly a dark gray, and then the dark red with the white kind of main Republic colors. But yeah, I'll God, that's so small compared to this. It's hilarious. The funny thing is, I can fit just about the same amount of troops in there. Last time I checked. Anyhow, that pretty much ends this video. So, like I said, this is the debut video for the Jedi Command Gunship. Now then, I do want to find a kind of like a new name to call it by. I call the Skyhawk the Skyhawk. I call the Liberator the Liberator. It's kind of like, it's a troop name for it. A lot of times you'll see troops give a name to a vehicle when it's not the officially designated name for the vehicle. So the official designated name would be the Republic Jedi Command Gunship, JCG. But I want a kind of the a new name for it. If you guys have any suggestions, I'll put them down in the description below. I'll probably choose one that I really like the most and then use it as the title instead of Republic Jedi Command Gunship. And kind of try to stay away from overly used one. I know the Dreadnought, Juggernaut, all those are kind of really overly used. Try not to use those. But I'll probably see you guys in another YouTube video sometime later. Thanks for watching. Remember to comment, rate, and subscribe for more videos like this one. And my stomach is really upset, so I'm going to go use the bathroom. You guys probably didn't need to know that, but I need to ruin your day somehow. Now then, if you guys want to check out my website where I post all of my gun mocks, don't be afraid to do so. There will be a link in the description as always, bluejaythemeister.weebly.com. It's a free website. It has ads on it for my sake to bring me in some extra money so that at the end of the year when I go to the LEGO store, I can get you guys a lot more Legos and more content in the long run. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to comment, rate, and subscribe.